this is your boy the Duck coming at you with a gun review that a lot of you guys have been bothering me about to get done. I apologize. We have had all kind of chaos with what we were doing with the office and just a bunch of other stuff going on. But we are finally back in the swing of things. So, as you guys have been waiting on for a long time, finally the review on this bad boy right here, the Staccato P. I'm typically known as more of a 1911 guy. So 2011's kind of a newer thing for me. I was a Glock guy for years, not, shot a 9mm by no means. Carried Glock for a long time, but 1911s just have a little bit more class. More of a lifestyle gun, I always try to tell people. But 2011s, interesting run. But before we get into just how I felt shooting this gun, let's kind of talk about the gun itself, kind of run you through the specs of this bad boy. So what do we got? Well, we got a Staccato P. From what I've been told, P stands for professional. So the Staccato P Professional. It's a commander-ish length. They kind of go with an interesting 4-point-inch barrel, 4.4 inch. Typically commanders are 4.25. So commander-ish length, 2011. And Staccatos do have the trademark on 2011, so this is a true 2011. And it is chambered in good old 9mm. Kind of a boring caliber, but whatever. It is all DLC coated. This one even has the DLC coated barrel on it. It's a steel frame and slide. This is the newer model that has the tack grip on it. So a newer grip style. This used to be an upgrade, but now they're running it just as the stock grip. Does have a fiber optic front sight with an adjustable rear. It does not have the cut for the red dot. I know you guys are probably pissed off about that, but it just is what it is. Does come with a magwell. We did end up removing that bad boy. Magwell was just a little too big and bulky, a little too competition-ish for my taste. It was a little too intrusive on my grip. I got big old hands, big old meat hooks. Dawson toolless guide rod makes it stupid easy to break down. Does come with an ambi safety. They advertise a 4 to 4.5 pound trigger, which the trigger is awesome. We'll talk more about that here in a bit. Comes in an awesome range bag. Very usable with 2 17-round magazines and 1 20-round magazine. And it does have a rail on it, so we did go ahead and mount a X300 on that bad boy to make it look all nice and fancy. So, Staccato P. This thing runs. Just stupid smooth. The slide is stupid slick. It almost shoots itself. It's like a cheat code. It really is. So with that being said, let's take you guys to the range. We did a couple different range visits with this bad boy, so we'll just kind of put some of that footage together for you. Hopefully you guys enjoy, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about this bad boy. All right, we are going to do some accuracy testing on the Staccato P. We're in the range today, obviously a little bit different location than we normally are. But we've been lucky enough to be hosted here by Riggs Gun Range in Orlando for all your gun range needs. Great people. Check them out. But we're going to do some just quick 5-shot groups with this bad boy, and we'll show you how she does. So let's load her up and see how it goes. Yeah, I would say that's accurate. So let's bring that bad boy back. Yeah, I would say that's about as accurate as it gets right there. So we'll get back to the shop and we'll talk about how this bad boy did. Enjoy. Welcome back. So as you can see, this thing just shoots. It's a shooter. It's a great, great, great shooting gun. It's awesome. I mean, there's just no other way to put it. It shoots itself. It has a quality to it that's kind of hard to describe. It has the feeling of an upgraded gun, but it also still has that durability, that ruggedness. I kind of, with this being a professional or obviously a duty style gun, I kind of think of this as the Mustang or the Camaro cop car. The Crown Vic, what we always think of is the Glock, the Glock, the standard of law enforcement handguns. But when you want to perform just a little bit faster, when you need to chase that guy on that high speed, that Camaro or that old 5.0 Mustang here in Florida, all the old FHP Highway Patrol, they always had the 5.0 Mustangs. It was just a step above. And it still was a cop car. It's not pretty, it's not sexy, but it has that duty grade to it. But damn if it don't perform. This thing just performs. And I gotta say, I think a lot of that has to do not only with just that metal to metal fit that it has, frame to slide. That metal to metal just gives you something different that a Glock, a polymer, that polymer frame just can't give you. I know it has metal rails that it's riding on, but it's not that full length rail. It doesn't give you that feel. So it's just very smooth. And the other thing, let's be real, everybody's trying to have a 1911 style trigger. And the 2011 basically being an upgraded, the modern version of a 1911, it does have that 1911 style trigger or single action trigger. So, we got to do it. Let's show you how that bad boy runs. So, look at that. Just almost zero take up. It's got a little bit, a millimeters, all right? And then, nothing, and it just breaks. So let's run that slide, still holding the trigger back. Look at that reset, and it goes off again. This thing it wants to shoot. Between the trigger and just how smooth this slides, the recoil spring on this thing is just at the perfect weight. It slaps. It slaps right back onto target. It's beautiful. Now, every rose has its thorns. Every gun's gonna have a flaw. Biggest flaw I see with this gun, honestly, you run through ammo too damn quick. Unless you can afford the damn ammo, it shoots too damn quick. I was trying to do accuracy testing with this thing, and the friggin' I couldn't take my time. It just wants to shoot fast. Now, all bullshit aside, the one knock I will give this gun is the coating. Whatever finish that they're using, I've heard where it's a DLC finish on it, but I gotta be honest with you, I'm not impressed with the finish on this thing. I've been running it in a Safariland holster. I've been running it in just I believe it is a Dara holster, a belt, just Kydex rig. I have not been running it in leather, been running it in Kydex. And the finish it doesn't hold up. Especially along the top of the slide, you can see where just some of that finish is already starting to wear. I've put probably about 1,500-ish rounds through it, with about 800 of that being at the range, running from a holster, running drills, stuff like that. And again, I expect guns to wear. To me, honest wear on a gun, it just gives the gun character. But I will say, I expected the wear to hold up, being a professional or duty gun. I expected it to hold up a little bit better, because I don't feel like I've beat the shit out of this thing. And if you look at the slide, if you are looking for a battle-worn gun, it will get that look quick, I guess. But the serrations, the forward serrations on this thing, the rear serrations, everything bites beautifully on this gun. The grip safety on this thing, it is very positive. I see where a lot of people tape or rubber band the grip safeties. I think that's people that are coming from the Glock world and they just don't understand how a grip safety works. If you grab the gun, I've seen people online, one of my guys that I enjoy watching his videos, Joe in the Afternoon, he talks about just grip it like a man. You know, grip that gun like a man. He was talking about that with one of his 1911 reviews. And that's the reality. You know, any gun that you're shooting, you should have a firm grip on. So I don't see the grip safeties where people want to pin them, people want to wrap them. I just don't see the necessity there. But everything on this gun is very positive. The only thing I will say for my Glock guys going to a 2011 or a 1911, you gotta learn how to do your reloads with your left-hand thumb hitting that slide release. Because again, just like any 1911 or 2011, it is kind of hard to reach that slide release. You'll notice your thumb can barely reach it unless you kind of cock your grip around a little bit. So it is one of those things, it's a training thing. I run a lot of 1911s, so that doesn't bother me at all. So to me, that was no problem. Now, the giant question, am I getting rid of my 1911s and going to 2011s? Hell to the no. I love my 1911s. I still there's something about a 1911. I love shooting 45. But I will say this gun has made me a believer of 2011s. I see the allure, I see where it's relevant, you know, and I might even do a separate video on this, kind of breaking down the cost analysis. You know, guys that put so much money into their Glocks, you still have a Glock at the end of the day. I mean, yeah, the trigger might be a little bit better, it might look better, but realistically, the performance of a Glock is still a Glock, no matter how many upgrades you put into it. It might have different texturing, it might be able to, you know, grip, do your forward serrations and all that, but at the end of the day, you still got a Glock. And the money that you'll put in, and I've done it, and that's why, again, maybe I'll do a separate video on this, where I break down the cost of upgrading a Glock and versus something like this, you know, because the Gucci Glock guys that want to upgrade their Glocks and put all that money into them, I'll be honest with you, in today's world, just get a damn Staccato. If you're looking for something that's that duty reliable, the Staccato's it. I've had zero malfunctions with this thing. It has ran flawlessly. The magazines for years, again, I wasn't a 2011 guy back then. I heard where the magazines were the big Achilles heel with this thing, but I think they got it figured out because those magazines, they're stupid easy to load. And I didn't have an issue one. No issues at all. So again, for you guys that are the Gucci Glock crowd, get a freaking Staccato, man. Get rid of your Glock, get a Staccato. The Staccato will run. So hopefully that's good little information on the Staccato P. Again, we never claim to be experts. We just enjoy shooting. But if you are looking at getting some training, we are doing all kind of range training now as well. I've been trying to expand my repertoire of what we are teaching. So we are doing range training now up in New Smyrna Beach. So if you're in the Central Florida area, New Smyrna Beach up at the Volusia Gun Club, I'm set up where I'm teaching classes up there now. But we do still have our office here in Kissimmee, where we're doing security training. All of our security training, if you do our arm training, is now going to include a full range day up where we are going to run you way beyond what the state qual is. So we're including that because we believe in today's world you should be getting a little bit more training. But CPR, concealed classes, anything else, again, check us out on the website, the socials, all that fun stuff. I'm trying to get a lot more active on my Instagram as well, so follow us on Instagram. You'll see a lot of previews of YouTube stuff coming. So again, hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is your boy the Duck, telling you to stay safe and quack, quack. Be good.